I'm just not very good at
What I do is I'll record stuff when I get around some experts like you guys, and then if I get permission, and then I'll just watch it myself a couple times. Just to let it soak in.
Okay.
So we're doing a quick pruning lesson here today. Well, not quick, but pruning lesson.
Okay.
Because I bought a bench. Hang on, I bought a bench.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's easier.
There you go.
Then I can elevate. Sorry.
So you have to bend over like
We got.
It just makes it a little bit clearer, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, especially for the video. So Woody's gonna bring the bench, and then there's Rocco. He's all over the fucking place. How was that bathroom, Israel? It didn't used to flush. We actually just got that fixed. Yeah. Such a joke, dude.
Okay, can you see the base here? Yeah, I'm sorry, not sure what you can and can't see that thing. So we just want it before, and then obviously I'm going to thin out.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is to remove some of this inferior quality material. We want to try and direct all the growth into some of these stronger canes. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the bottom of the blade here to make my first cut here. So it's a nice flush cut. Just remove that. This is all dieback. There's nothing of any significance there. There are a couple of little fruiting eyes there, but that's not really going to add up to
Don't worry about taking out a couple buds, huh?
No.
Can you tissue that?
This probably could. I don't think I would like to though.
No, I wouldn't use anything that's
So
not really
what
clean
I'm
material.
really looking at here is these two main leaders to start off here. This one here is still okay. It hasn't really formed much.
It doesn't have a Mary stem though, does it?
Nah, on the top it is, yes.
Okay.
But these ones here you can see have been cut before. What I would probably do is just bring this down a little bit because it's obviously trying to, utilize a lot of the energy for all of these eyes. So I'll just reduce the number of eyes here and probably just pull this back to about that level there. And that is pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut that on there flush as well. And that is pretty much all I'm going to do to that plant there. So all I've reduced is that plant by that much material. And for me, this is all what I'd call inferior material anyway. And then we're going to keep these little eyes here moving so that the plant is still happy. Obviously, once we pull it out of this pot and we transplant it, there might be a little bit of shock to the system. So we want to make sure that at least we've got some energy still stored in these eyes here. Happy with that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So this one here is pink lemonade. You can see, if you come a little bit closer here, we can see a little bit of what we'd call a basal break or a water shoot. It's gone dormant, but we will find that as we start getting into warmer conditions, that this will start to emerge and produce a nice strong cane. And once we get to about 40 centimeters, which is about
I don't know what's it in
how many inches?
12 inches?
12 inches. Then
Yeah, a
we
little
want
bit.
to basically cut that or pinch it. Pinching is generally when the shoot is soft and we can just nip it with our finger. This here is pruning because I've actually had to make it cut because it's quite woody.
So if
this
we
is
pinch
really
that water shoot when it's about 12 inches high, then it forces it to grow laterally?
Yes,
No.
into
Sweet.
two laterals. Yep.
And then once we get those two laterals, what do we
40
do?
centimeters, we pinch them again.
Just keep
And
Then we
pinching
get
them.
another two.
Nice.
So from one, we've got two, then we go to 4, then we go to 8. And so we
Right,
just
so
keep doing-
usually about how often do we come through and pinch them?
Depends
It
on your-
depends on the growth stage and how quickly you're getting that growth factor. So probably about once a month.
Oh,
Once you
okay.
start getting into the warmer conditions.
40 centimeters though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's our number.
Yeah,
that we
13
use.
inches, 14 inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically 2.54 centimeters
I have a
per inch.
question on this.
Yes.
With the sucker roots, or I think they're
Basil breaks, yeah.
basil bakes.
Yeah.
I've never heard them called before. Epicormic root shoots. But when they come up, you want to manage that, right? You're not wanting multiples. I would assume that I would only want 1 or 2 epicormic root shoot that would be coming off of my crown.
No, I would want as many as
As
I
many
many
as
as
you
you can
can.
get.
Doesn't
Really
that
vigorous,
divert
right?
from some of the energy that's coming into some of these upper branches?
That's
But once you pinch it,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to get some lateral growth, which is going to produce more vegetative growth initially.
Okay.
And then later on, you can now manage the crop yield off
Okay.
of that.
Yeah.
If you find that you've got too many stems, let's just be ridiculous,
Yeah.
it produces 16 stems,
Right.
and you feel, wow, that's,
Yeah.
then you can halve it down to 8 and you can get better fruit load on those 8 as opposed to the 16. But I wouldn't be worried about having more
Yeah.
than 2 or 3. Yeah, you're not.
I just was earlier I was having a similar discussion with Dean, and he
Yes.
was recommending that a lot of the epicormic root shoots you want to prune off.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious. I understand that the dynamic when you have the lateral growth, you can pinch and initiate more branching.
Yeah.
And then their substrate, I guess, they were taking these sucker roots off to allow just the dominant canes, the dominant branches,
Yeah.
to initiate more fruiting sites.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, is that partially based on the age of the plant, or is it?
It could be
Just
and it-
methodology.
and it depends on what system they've
Yeah.
adopted. You know, they may have a slightly different system where they might find that the fruit off of that 2nd or 3rd year old cane